Chase is with us in Los Angeles. Hi, Chase. How are you?
Hi, I'm grateful to be alive. How are you guys?
Same here, brother. What's up?
So I've been listening to you for about a year now, and I listen to you every day on my way to work. I pretty much dream and fantasize about getting debt-free, and I'm having a hard time diving full into your program, into the baby steps.
Why?
I'm a recovering addict. I've been sober 2.5 years.
Good for you.
And I just have this, thank you. I just have this giant fear of losing everything. And I have, like when I was on drugs, I, was looking for change on the streets, had no money, calling people for money all hours of the night. And now that I have, a pretty good savings, I have $15,000 in my savings. I'm really terrified to let it go. That I'll lose everything like I did in my addiction. And I'm just kind of wondering what advice you can give me to make that leap of faith and just go all in.
Good for you. So what were you addicted to?
I'm just meth.
Whoa, good for you. That's a tough one to break.
Yeah.
Proud of you. How old are you?
Yeah, it was really hard. I'm 33.
Wow. And what's your income now?
Well, I sell cars, used cars, and this year I'm on track to make $90,000 a year.
Good for you. Man, that's amazing. You're amazing, Chase.
Thank you. Thanks. Previous to that, I was making $20,000 a year as a flight attendant.
Okay. Yeah.
So this big jump in income has been pretty great for me.
Yeah. How much debt have you got?
I have $58,000 in student loan debt. I just cash flowed my last semester, and I have $21,000 in a car. I have $3,000 in collections, and I have $1,200 on credit cards.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Well, I'm very proud of you. Breaking an addiction is a tough thing. Breaking meth is a really super tough thing. You're a man that is beating the odds.
I appreciate that.
And now you're trying to address other behavior things. So here's the deal. When you were walking down the street looking for quarters because you were a meth addict, that's a different guy than I'm talking to, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
but your body, as Dr. John Deloney says, your body remembers the terror of being broke.
Yeah.
Combined with the drug addiction.
It terrifies me.
Yeah.
I know I have a good head on my shoulders now.
But my point is the thing that is welling up inside of you, and you physically feel it probably, is when you think about being without that $15,000, it takes you back. You just told me this, so I know it does. It takes you back to picking up quarters on the street.
Yeah.
However, you and I both know that intellectually that is not the reality. The reason you were on the street picking up quarters was meth. It wasn't $15,000.
Yeah.
If you'd have had $15,000, you'd have spent it on drugs.
Yeah.
And you're not that guy now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So our intellect tells us that the facts are Chase is operating in a completely different mindset, in a completely different world than the terrifying thing that's keeping him to move forward on this. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. I just needed to hear it, I guess.
Yeah. So you are more worthy than your guts tell you when you start talking about pulling the $15,000. So I'm going to do something I almost never do here. Okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to modify my advice a tiny bit. Okay?
Okay.
Because I'm empathizing with the way your heart rate is going up when you're talking about this. Normally, I just call people a wuss and tell them to bone up and do it, right? Okay? In your case, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to give you 30 days. All right? Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Today, I want you to pay off the credit card and cut it up. That's $1,200. And the collections, that's $3,000.
Okay.
Now, we really didn't affect your cushion very much, mathematically. Agreed?
Yes.
You're still sitting after you finish that on 12,000 and some change. Agreed?
Yeah.
So you're still okay. Breathe. But what that little experiment does is I want you to get the high. Oh, that's a bad use of words. I want you to get the joy. I want you to get the joy of having paid off the debt.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to compare that to the fear from your past.
All right.
And then I'm going to tell you in the next 30 days, take the rest of that money down to 1,000, get your butt on a budget and tear into this thing like I would everybody else, okay?
Okay.
But today, and then 1 week from today, I want you to sit down and write out somewhere how it felt to pay off those two debts. Because let me tell you what you're going to feel. I'll go ahead and tell you. You're going to have a sense of power, empowerment.
Yeah.
You're going to have a sense of I'm in control. Because part of being an addict is you're out of control, and you need a sense of control to move forward into your new self, don't you?
Yes. Yeah.
And Chase, you mentioned the sense of security with the 15,000, but it's an illusion because on the other side you've got 84,000 in debt. And so there's not a place of safety until you're completely out of that debt. And you work at a used car lot. Could you sell the car and get a car off that lot for nothing and drive that around while you pay off the rest of this debt? Would that give you another win?
I've thought about it. I got an appraisal a couple days ago. They offered me 19 on my car. I owe 22, I think. If I cancel like the warranty and gap insurance that I bought, I could get it close to 19.
Yeah.
And then I could possibly buy a wholesale car from our wholesale lot. We get wholesale prices. I've thought about that.
Now we're getting creative.
And do that with cash. Now we're down to just a student loan.
Yeah.
You can use some of your savings to even do that and get out from under this car.
Yeah. Go buy you a $7,000 wholesale car, which is a $10,000 or $15,000 car. Well, it's not, it's probably a $10,000 car, right? Buy it for $7,000.
Yeah.
And use some of that money for that. Now we're out of car debt. Now we're just down to a student loan.
And making $90K.
Right. And making $90K.
Knock this thing out, man.
Hey, I smell success. Ooh. I smell it in the air, brother.
Yeah. You got me excited.
There we go.
So here's what and I think you're going to be more excited when you actually wake up and those two debts are gone. You can put them on the refrigerator, draw a big red line through collections, a big red line through the credit card. Oh, you got to cut up the credit card. That's part of the exercise, okay?
Yeah, I've cut up 2 of them.
Yeah. No, you're not there yet. This is all in, brother.
3 credit cards.
This is all in.
I'll cut it up right when I hang up.
That's all in, okay?
Right when I hang up.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, we want to be part of the final steps of your healing. You have done such a wonderful job in the journey that you're on. You're such an important guy right now. We want to put you through Financial Peace University. So we're going to walk with you while you do the rest of these things. But what you're going to experience there is what people experience in the early days of doing their debt snowball. When you pay off that little one, you go, yeah. Then you pay off another one, and you're like, yeah. And there's an emotional thing that happens, even though the math is small, because it's an action associated with taking control of your destiny.
And I can't wait for you to come do your debt-free scream. That's going to be a powerful one.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And we'll pull this call up and play part of it. And, a year, 2 years from now, and 5 years from now, you're a Baby Steps millionaire. And
man, you'll have a testimony at that point.
What a story. Yeah. What a story, man. You're amazing.
Could inspire a lot of people. Way to go, dude. If you can beat meth, you can beat debt. I mean, that's my line of the day.
Whoa,
right there.
That's a billboard right there.
This guy is impressive. Way to go, Chase.